Can you sell a house that's behind on the taxes? You know, as a realtor and an investor, real estate broker here in town with over 23 years of experience, I've come across a ton of unique and challenging situations when it comes to real estate practice. However, how to sell a house behind on taxes, that's not one of them. Hi, my name's Carl Krenzel. I'm the broker over here at Carl Buys Houses, and today I'd like to talk with you a little bit about selling a house behind on taxes. Now, it isn't easy, but it can be done. And I'd like to cover just some of the most common questions that I've heard about people trying to sell a house that's behind on taxes. The first question that I've always heard is, when you sell a house, who pays the property tax? Now, the first thing to understand about selling a house that's behind on the property tax is understanding who is responsible for the tax. Now, obviously, the homeowner is responsible for paying the tax itself, and it can be paid either through the mortgage, if you have one, or personally if you don't. Now, most people's problems begin with a home that's either paid off or they have a situation where the homeowner themselves is paying the taxes separately, right? Now, something happens and the tax doesn't get paid. I mean, sometimes people get sick or ill or who knows, right? Now, I've seen it happen where a homeowner has completely paid off the house and let their kids stay in there on the condition that they pay the tax and keep the house up. Now, they failed to keep the taxes, and as a result, a tax lien was placed on the house. Now, a simple case of forgetfulness can quickly add up to thousands of dollars in fees and expenses. Now, prior to the close of escrow, the delinquent property tax must be paid by somebody, okay? Who? Well, that's just a matter of negotiation. If you've got a home that you want to sell, but it has delinquent taxes on it, well, then you have something to negotiate with. Next question. Let's talk about who pays the delinquent property taxes at closing. Now, on the closing documents that you receive from the escrow company, the delinquent taxes will show that they've been paid by your proceeds, all right? Now, this is where the negotiation for your sale becomes critical, right? For homeowners who have a property to sell here in Tucson, but they have a delinquent property tax bill, an offer is generally negotiated with sufficient money to pay the outstanding tax lien and any penalties that are associated with it. Now, it's important to remember, however, that when a property has delinquent property taxes, the penalties and the fees can rack up quickly, eating up any profit that the homeowner might have had in equity. It's important to act quickly to stop the rapid loss of money. The next question that comes up, what happens if your property is actually sold for back taxes? Right? In Arizona, if you fail to pay your property taxes in a timely fashion, well, then the home's delinquent property tax bill is sold as a lien with the Pima County assessor every single February. Now, investors can and do buy these delinquent tax liens on properties here in the county every single year. Now, by state law, an investor owning a tax lien can charge up to 16%, interest on that balance. And after 4 years of owning tax liens of that property, they may begin those foreclosure proceedings on the note. Now, it's at this point that it's almost impossible for a homeowner here in Tucson to retrieve the property. The fees, the interest, and the time accrued make it really difficult for most homeowners to just pay off that debt. So when you sell a house, the obvious question comes up, when you sell a house, do you have to pay taxes? Right? This is the other question that comes up. Now, it's not really a delinquent tax question, but in short, yeah. I mean, depending on the type of property that it is and how you held title and how long you held title all affect the taxes that you'll pay on the property when you actually do sell it. Now, for most people who own a home and sell it as a personal residence, they fall under the capital gains exemption for taxes. Now, again, I'm not an attorney. I'm just a real estate broker, so check with your CPA or your attorney. But the latest rules and changes as of this time say that married couples can have up to $500,000 worth of capital gains exception. That's a lot. And individuals can have up to $250,000 on a personal capital gains exception on personal residences that they've lived in 3 of the past 5 years once they've sold them. Now, for investment properties like rentals, Taxes can be kind of steep. And this is why I always recommend a 1031 exchange as a great way to sidestep your tax obligation for now to use your money in a more efficient way. Listen, get a fast, no obligation offer. It's painful, but sometimes the best thing to do is just to get out from underneath the tax burden and the problem property. It's not always easy, especially if you've got fond memories. However, don't let the nightmare of an unpaid tax burden become a nightmare, right? Sell a house behind on taxes quickly and efficiently by calling me today at Carl Buys Houses. Call me or text me today at 520-403-6227 for a fast, fair offer on your unwanted Tucson home, or use the form below and I'll be sure to reach out to you as fast as I can. Thanks for listening, and as always, have a powerful sales day. Bye-bye.